Gliaccio.
I'm JJ Matisse.
And our wonderful guest, Katie Kozlowski. What's up, guys?
Today's topic is when literally shit hits the fan.
Yeah. Talking about shit. Before we get into the shit, we'll talk about who I am. And my name is Katie. I am a coach. I work with energy, and I work with spiritual teachings and sort of different ways to change your life and how to bring yourself more happiness and all that good stuff. And actually, like, that's one of my favorite topics. Like, what do you do when shit hits the fan? I will preface that with a story. And so basically, earlier this week, somebody asked a question, and they said, how come when I'm dealing with my old shit, my emotions go in the toilet and then more crap comes up? And I was like, oh, it's like the most brilliant question ever, because she asked me this question, right, and she literally said shit, toilet, and crap all in one sentence. And I realized, you know, I went back to her and I said, okay, first of all, we have to talk about the fact that you use the word shit, crap, and toilet. And so what that tells me is that you're talking about yourself and the way you deal with things. And so when you're processing, say, your shit and you're letting it go, if you're not really letting it go, you're going to hit a block and it's going to come back. Having sort of like an emotional thing in my life where I feel like maybe I'm going through some old patterns, that's when my toilet backs up. Like, literally, I'm not even kidding you. When I'm dealing with my old shit, or I feel my old shit coming up, that's when I got to get my plunger out. If you're not really properly flushing it, it will come back. So that's what causes a block. It causes a block in your life.
And Drano won't help.
And Drano does not help. Drano does not help. You have to get a snake for that shit. You gotta really push it out. So that's so gross. That's so gross. I can't believe I just pardon me for being so gross. But so that's what's going on. Is like you have to actually learn how to figure out where the blocks are. They're emotional blocks, I guess is basically what I'm saying.
Okay. So when you deal with emotional blocks, what are some like exercises or activities someone can do to
help clear things out? First thing you can do, one of the big things that I really like to do, I'm a huge fan of meditation. Meditation is really great because the conformities of meditation are changing. So it used to be like you have to sit in lotus and close your eyes and breathe and do your mantra, but it's not like that anymore. I meditate. One of the ways I meditate is I walk down the street and I talk to myself. But so that's kind of how I meditate. It's like talk
in the morning.
That's
like
good.
if I'm getting ready,
that's cool.
I sometimes talk to myself as I'm getting ready
you're
I can figure out.
You know, like, okay, so that just happened, and I know I feel not crazy. You're not crazy. It's like and I know I feel bad about this, but like, what does it remind me of, and why did how do I feel, and what's really going on? Like, I always ask myself what's really going on. So I talk about meditation in that way. Talk to yourself. Talk to yourself. It's okay. You could say that. You could. My ex-boyfriend.
I don't even know what that means, but
it's a
Tina
mantra.
Turner did it.
It's super cool. It's a super cool mantra, and you can use that if you want. But talking things out loud is a way of meditating on something. Okay. And also walking meditation, meaning like you're walking and you're conscious of your steps, you're in your body. It helps you find out what's going on. So like meditation, super cool. Another one is journaling, and again, it's like, when I do it though, do it with the intention of kind of asking yourself, like, what's really going on here? Like, what am I really afraid of? Or like, what's really happening? So you want to be sure that when you're journaling, you're not just like bitching and venting and blaming somebody else for stuff. Like, use it as a tool to figure out.
To ask yourself questions.
Yeah, like, what's going on here? Why do I feel this way? What's happening? Like, what can I learn from this? Like, it's always like, what's the lesson here? What can I learn? And then it takes away sort of the shit, right?
I was too scared to write down how I really felt on paper.
Yeah, that's so interesting. That's going to translate to like how you function as an adult, actually.
Yeah, I'm a comedian. And I'm very,
But are you scared now to share how you feel?
You know what? Not anymore.
No.
Not anymore. Because people find it funny now.
Okay. Yeah,
so you know what? Now that I get it out there, I could channel it in a way where it's humorous to me, and that helps me therapeutic.
Well, exactly, and that's another thing is like know that you can actually kind of like laugh at yourself, and you can have fun with your life, because again, it's like goes back to the meditation, right? Like the limitations of living life these days, or like think outside of the box. Think of ways to sort of do things in a different way, because once upon a time we thought that we had to sit in a chair and be quiet and like follow the rules. Like life now is all about breaking the rules. It's all about
too many
doing
rules.
things a different way. So comedy and humor helps you, then do it.
Yeah.
I almost
Yeah.
swore.
But, you know, there's times where I wished I talked about certain things before I did it.
That makes me think of another one that's really great to
Ooh.
remember. And you talking about parents reading journals, you're on your own fucking business.
Mind your
oh
own
my god, I love that.
fucking
Mind
business.
your own. Yes.
Not to my parents, because I still live with my mother.
You
She'll
could
put her
say
hands on me.
just
But-
maybe mind your business, or like mind your P's and Q's. That's a nice way.
My
of
mom
saying
will
it.
never mind her business.
Okay.
I am her business.
Okay, alright, well, your mom, and that's cool. But that's a huge thing, because it's like, mind your own business, because that means that we're worrying about what other people think, and it's not
It's
important what they think.
true.
It's important what we think
Very
and what
true.
we feel. So, like,
Right.
don't read anybody's journal.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah, because you know what? One of my pet peeves
Don't.
is, like, for example, I'll be shopping and I'll be looking, like, I'll be deciding something, and it's always those, like, sales clerks that come over and they're like, let me give you my 2 cents. And I was like, I didn't ask you for
Right,
your
I
2
didn't
cents.
I didn't ask you. If I want, that's something else.
Yeah.
And that's another thing is like boundaries. Like we need to learn how to set our own boundaries and communicate them
I'm
healthy.
gonna recap steps to clear out all the shit that you're going through.
Yeah.
I like how you do that.
Yeah, shit.
Clear it out.
Meditate. Talk to yourself.
Talk to yourself.
Do a morning pages journal. Laugh at yourself.
Always.
And mind your own business.
Mind it.
Yes.
Get out of my face.
Yes.
Get out of my face.
So, shall we move on to the next thing? Your favorite tips to get the tip in.
Get tipped in. And gentlemen, pay attention. And ladies, especially pay attention today. Because Katie is going to tell you tips on how to just clear it out.
Clear it out,
In
you
order
know?
for somebody.
We don't want
to
somebody to
come into
love
your life.
us. But
Yes.
you gotta start with yourself. But tell us, go on.
I think it's funny because the first of all, I was like tips to get the tip in. I don't even know what that means. I'm thinking it's like I'm so innocent. I don't look it, but I am actually. I'm like thinking about something different entirely, like putting money in a jar or something.
No.
But actually, that makes me think of a tip in itself, and that is to enjoy the actual process of the relationship, to enjoy the process of getting to know who you are or who the other person is, and to not worry about getting the tip in, because sometimes it's worth it to take what I call a vacation. I took I took a hiatus. Which turned into a very long vacation of many years of no tips, getting the tip in, and it was actually the best thing I ever did because it gave me a chance to sort of figure out what I actually wanted,
Yeah.
and to actually number one, enjoy the process of the tip and all that good stuff. I can't believe I just said it in that way, and also recognizing what tips you might actually allow into your life and which ones you don't need in your life, because if we don't learn how to sort of recognize our value, sometimes our discernment isn't very clear, and so it's hard to know what's a healthy relationship and what's not, and what makes a good partner and what doesn't, and what we really want. So that's actually my biggest tip for clearing it out is give yourself some time, give yourself some space. It's totally cool. It's totally okay to take a break.
I loved myself. That's when I was like, all right, now let me cut this all out and breathe, and then someone came in.
Yeah,
I think the real
that's
men
how it is.
find that so attractive. That a woman loves herself, and they're like, that
love
is
yourself.
because that's a rare thing. Because
It is.
a lot of the times we have been reduced to nothing because we've been in a relationship and we let it run us down, and it's like.
And next question, we're talking about improving yourself. Do you have any books or that you want to share, or any theories you want to share?
Yeah, I do. I mean, you can always go to I have two websites now. I have katiekozlowski.com and playwithkatieK.com. I absolutely love, my favorite book right now is The Map by Bonnie Lonsberry. The Map, it's super easy. It's called The Map. It talks about not just sort of law of attraction and getting what you want, but this other piece is that you have a subconscious mind. We all have subconscious, right? We all have experiences. If we don't know what the experiences are and we don't know what's going on inside of us or who we are, we can't actually rely on the law of attraction to bring us what we want, because stuff's going to get in the way.
Yes.
So that's what all this other the stuff we talked about before, the meditation, the journaling, talking to yourself, is get to know who you are. It's cool.
Oh, we're going to talk about hashtag what Kat and JJ say and what Katie said today. So any
It's a
just last piece of like tips or a license, a quote or something that you want to leave the audience with?
Man, I don't know. Just love yourself.
Love yourself.
Love yourself. It's easy. Like,
I love that.
I always just
Hashtag
say, like,
love
you know, I
yourself.
love RuPaul, and RuPaul says if you can't love yourself, how in the hell
Hell is
you
anybody else gonna love you?
Can I
Word.
get an amen?
Yeah.
I
Word.
defer to RuPaul on that one. Like, RuPaul is my spirit animal,
Yeah.
and I love that.
Word.
Yourself.
And I'm gonna say hashtag let me in. You know?
Hashtag
Kate
let
gave
me
me an
in.
important tip today that, you know, if everything is going, sometimes good things come out of bad situations.
Yes.
And allow yourself to let that happen. And just embrace it. Don't be like, what the hell is going on? Embrace it.
Yeah.
To hell, keep going.
Yep.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Cool. So we got love yourself, let it in, and I'm going to say just be.
Ah.
You know
little
what?
John Lennon.
Yeah. Just be. To go
Let it
off
be.
of that. You know, love yourself, let it in, just be.
We're the Beatles.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to play the song. Mine is now, you know,
Yeah.
we'll insert the song.
Just be.
Reason
There is a song
is,
called Just Be.
from
too,
all
that's great.
this, take it in. Take it with a grain. If you don't like something we say, just throw it away. But if you like anything we say, take it in. And just breathe.
Breathe.
Breathe. And that's our show, you guys. This is Just Above Homeless. I'm Kat Migliaccio.
I am JJ Matisse.
And I'm Katie Kozlowski.
Yay! Go check out her site.
Yeah.
Bye.
Just for homeless.